I've seen one off the cliffs, like looking down into the water here,
Alright.
just flying along.
Jules, I'll just do an intro. You ready?
Okay.
No, Robbie, stay in the front. Today with our test pilots Rob and Jules, and we're doing a segment called Lilo Whirlpool. Does anyone want to comment on that? Let's go.
Shit be wild.
I'll catch a wave in the rocks. Okay?
Bravery. Twin test pilot. Get out of your mouth. Almost English.
What happened? I can't catch one of those. Yes. Did you bail? Yeah.
Oh, we're coming. It's just kicking around stuff, yeah. They're trying to kill themselves.
Is this for who it is?
Oh, here it comes. Yeah. It's all done. And again. Yep, that expression is saying to me, get me the fuck out of here. Like I said, where'd they go? No, the guy from the shore is an actor. He's the main actor around.
I reckon I could catch one from the rock.
I reckon go to the rock.
the Intrepid. Oh, he's oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. This is what happens to the natural environment when people leave their fishing lines hanging around.
If only are they Intrepid. Yeah, eco-friendly. What have you got?
Squid jig, I think.
Yeah.
I'm out the back.
Oh, Jules, how about I do a session?
Yeah, let's go catch one more.
Jules is going to
Good fun on this.
catch one more, and then I'll have a go, and I'll have a break.
Alright, mate.
Thanks, man.
Who's going to catch me back this way? Oh, you're a good guy. Right. The surface just came and moved.
Have a go easy.
There's no sense.
Exciting viewing.
Should have got those scents when they came. Oh, man. Look. Albatross. Albatross. Oh, it's a albatross.
Could be, yeah.
Sorry, man. It'll be 5 minutes, okay?
Yep. Steve, this is rubbish, mate. You're much more efficient. I haven't filmed much of it. First live, the whole thing filming as well.
Gotta see if we get one.
Hey, did you see that? See the seabird up there?
Word. Ah.
How's your hat holding up? I'm coming in, man. You're not going to get in there. Here we go.
So I hit.
Is it recording? It says record.
Yep, this is recording.
Okay. Hi. I am an idiot. So we were trying with Lilo to get up and to have it wash us up the rock platform. And Jules had done it about 5 times successfully. And then I went to do it, and that was going okay, and then a wave came, and I tried to get under it. A wave picked me up, turned me around, and smashed my skull into the wall. So fast forward 6 hours, been to St Vincent's, had a lot of stitches in my head, ambulance trip, Panadine Fort, antibiotics, lots of needles. Anyway, downside is that if I don't take care of this wound, which they've stitched up because it was quite jagged, that I could have a skin graft, which is not appealing. Hopefully I think it will be okay. The upside is I'm alive, I can walk, and I mean, I think you've got to choose your venue. You can't be in the. I mean, test pilots is a great idea, and everyone surfs, and people enjoy surfcraft far more dangerous than the Lilo. Our mistake is we were being a bit cocky. We thought, oh yeah, we've had a lot of surf experience. We know how currents work. You don't. I wasn't even going for the wave that would pick me up. I paid for it. Luckily, I didn't pay with loss of amenity. And come over here, baby. And this is a further testament to my idiocy, is that I have a child due to yesterday. And what am I supposed to tell that child when they think that Douglas Mawson is their father? Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just glad he's alive and that you don't have a head injury.
I'm an idiot,
or
though.
a spinal injury.
Tell me I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
well, we know that.
I
didn't need to tell you that. I told you. I said that before you even started this project.
Anna works in the spinal rehab unit. She's a clinical psychologist. So I'm going to take care of my head now, and I'm going to behave myself for a while. Thank you, babe. Hi. I'm thinking about this being the regulation test pilot head gear from now on. Just had a shower. I've chipped my tooth. My jaw's quite sore. Multiple cuts and abrasions to the lower half of the body. And if I didn't have Anna, I would be a mess. And Julian, who was really cool out of the surf, and the guys from the ambulance and the surf club. So this is how I have to shower, and I'm just going to be a very good boy. Don't do this, kids. Just as if you go in the kitchen, don't look at it. Or look to the left of the buns. It's been
This is the night after the incident in North Bondi, and we're beginning to perfect the headgear, and I'm on Panadeine Forte, which is just starting to kick in and feel really good. Jules came around today, visited me, legend of a guy, and it's really quite confronting what happened yesterday when you think about it. You see people, you know, whether in film or television, and they have accidents, or even on the news, you're still removed from it. And you hear people say things like I'm saying now, objectively, because it never would happen to you. And there's certain rules to life, so you fall over and you skateboard and you graze yourself, or there's a certain boundary that's set up in terms of incidents. But occasionally, you get maybe a few every lifetime. You go beyond the rules. So yesterday, when I hit my head against the rock and thought that I was feeling my brain, that was also accompanied by the thought, hang on, this is not in the rules. We've gone a bit too far here. This happens to other people. And here I am saying the thing that I hear people say, that I've, observed them say, and now I have first-hand experience of it. And it's true what they say, that you got to value your life and also your own mortality a bit more. You have to be careful. You have to push it, but you also got to weigh it up. I mean, especially when you're studying remedies, which I am at the moment. I've already done torts in law halfway through my degree, and knowing the cases. I know Swain versus Waverley Shire Council, which took place on Bondi. A guy goes down the beach and he's had some substances the night before, breaks his neck, and it goes into a big court case. A society can't abandon someone like that, but there's also personal responsibility, and I think we really eclipsed it. But you could also say that at least we're having a go, trying to do something a little bit outside the ordinary. And every day when someone has a cigarette, maybe they're doing the same thing that I did yesterday, and they're taking a risk, but it's just much more incremental than what we did, or what I did yesterday. But we're treating it, and hopefully everything will be fine. And I'll have a very cool scar, like a lightning strike on my head. Here she is. Here's my cute little pie. He's working at the computer. No boring sitting around here. Pregnant and working. And had some stomach cramps. Now what do you call them?
Period pain.
Period pain. And you're pregnant.
The beginning of labour pain, Pubs.
You're going to come out now, or?
Come out where? Is the baby going to come out now?
Your head going to pop off?
Not for a while, I don't think. You're going to make me lunch and give me a massage.
You want to make me lunch and give me a massage? Okay, good.
No, you. I think you're a bit confused there, Pubs.
So test pilots took a strange turn last session. We were without a decent craft, I suppose, and we used a lilo. So we went out, jumped off the rocks at North Bondi and played around in this splash pool. You know, in hindsight, I know that the tide was dropping, but I didn't really make a big deal of it. Anyway, we were playing around. It was great fun. All of a sudden, Steve has a go on the lilo, and he doesn't quite get it right. He tries to duck dive the thing, and basically sucked dry and threw him head first against a vertical rock wall. You know, if he'd hit the kanji, fine, wouldn't have been much problem. But he hit straight on a barnacle. We didn't see the barnacle, but mate, when he popped up, there's nothing that could have done that to your head but a barnacle. To tell you the truth, it was one of the worst head injuries I've ever seen. It really was. It was quite full on. And you know, we were really good. Steve wasn't hurt as such. He was just mashed. His head was just gashed. It was a huge hole, like chunks of skin flapping about. Anyway, the fear on his face. He obviously saw the fear on mine. He slapped his hand to his head. I said, swim out the back. We both swam out, grabbed the lilo, jumped on it. About 5 minutes later of paddling frantically with blood all over him, and a very stern, like, determined look on his face. We paddled around, and luckily the life guards were out the back just looking at all the idiots jumping off the rocks. Picked him up, and then it was straight to the tent, straight to a sort of compression on the head, straight into the ambulance, straight to St Vincent's Hospital, and at 10:30 at night they let him out, and we were all relieved but a little frightened he might get an infection. And mate, it was a pretty adventurous afternoon, to say the least.
When you say compressions on the head, do you mean they were trying to revive my skull?
No, they were just they're trying to stem the blood flow, mate, because there's a fair bit of blood flowing from it. Yeah, well, I actually helped put it together, you know. It was a bit of a mess. I got a few screws out. Just drilled him.
Well, I've just had my stitches out, and it was a bit painful, but I feel a lot better now. I don't have to see the doctors again. But I actually realised I look quite pale, and I've never seen myself this pale before. But yeah, maybe it doesn't. You can't really see it on camera, but